You ever wish that you could be a human lie detector? That when someone's telling you something and you are so sucked in that you can go, uh-oh, wait a minute. You just gave off a clue that you were lying. So can you tell when someone's being dishonest? Well, this week we call it liar, liar. So we're going to learn right now how to spot somebody who's lying to you. We talked to body language expert Patty Wood, and we looked at some celebrities who we learned later were hiding something. Lance Armstrong, for example.
I can absolutely confirm that we don't use doping products. And we're sick and tired of these allegations. They're absolutely untrue.
One of the most remarkable things about this is how he chooses to answer a question that was asked about his behavior, his doping, with we. We can't tolerate this, we. So he's changed who is accused.
So now he made it the whole team.
Absolutely, and that's an indication of deceit. If someone is innocent, typically they want to be open and honest with you. So you're going to see what I call the body windows, the eyes, the mouth, the neck, the upper body, over here at the very vulnerable tummy, the stomach window. Be open. He is choosing to have his arms crossed at the beginning of this interview. That's not normal for somebody that's going to be honest.
I don't have anything to worry about. I've got a wonderful foundation that is completely unaffected by any noise out there.
There's a cue here that can sometimes be telling, but not always telling, and that's the
nose wipe.
The timing is the tell. If he's not been wiping his nose through any of the line of questioning, and then suddenly as he makes a statement about how his life is great, and then wipes, that's interesting.
So let's see if we can tell when John Edwards started to lie about his relationship with Rielle Hunter.
I don't talk about these tabloids and their tabloid trash that's full of lies. I'm here to talk about helping people.
What he does is he uses avoidance. He changes the subject, he changes the scope of the question. So think about what a person that is accused of this that didn't do it would really do. Typically, they would want to stay on it. They would say, absolutely, you know that never happened. What's to me more fascinating with John Edwards is the duper's delight. Many times when somebody is very, very powerful and they've gotten away from the lies, they can't help themselves from delighting in the fact that they've fooled you for so long.
So were you telling the truth then?
Yes.
There's also something called a half or asymmetrical smirk. That's where you're feeling one thing but having to say another. So your face doesn't line up. You're smiling on one side perhaps and frowning on the other. So a side of your face is telling the truth and the other side is lying.
Isn't that fascinating? Yeah, it's almost like your face is going, hee hee, I'm getting away with lying. What about former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich? Very animated as a person anyway, especially around cameras.
Yes.
I'm here to tell you right off the bat that I am not guilty of any criminal wrongdoing.
Do you notice how he's constantly readjusting?
Yeah, I call that the shuck and jive.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Because they're trying to think, how would a person telling the truth? How would a person telling the truth sit?
I will fight until I take my last breath.
Even the words themselves are not normal in the situation, because an innocent person only has to say, I didn't do it, and use a contraction, which in his case, he didn't use a contraction.
I am not guilty.
Indication of deceit.
Watch
his mouth.
Of any criminal.
He does the tongue thrust, which is a passive-aggressive act of attack when a powerful person has been accused of something they actually did.
Do you remember the story about the runaway bride? She concocted a story that, she was missing and she'd been abducted or whatever the story it was.
And the person that did this to you was a heresy. It was a Hispanic man and a Caucasian woman.
What's interesting is the difference between real crying and fake crying.
Okay.
Did you hear that? That's her pushing, trying to sound like crying, instead of doing the normal gulp in that indicates real tears.
Rank what you think are the top 10 most outrageous lies ever told publicly. At the end of the week, we'll reveal the outcome.